And in fairness to the Republicans, their bill was a lot lower cost. I think theirs was more around 1 trillion, and maybe Heroes was around 3 trillion, and they were hoping to get to 2 trillion, and they couldn't do it. So that is that. Now, you could be listening to this and thinking, well, when you say they couldn't do it, you really mean Pelosi didn't want to do it. And I think there's probably some truth to that. If I were to try and kind of argue her position, I think her view was, hey, we need more help. You on the Republican side need to agree to something before this election. So we're going to ask for a generous bill. And if we don't get it and Biden is elected, we're going to get it in January anyway. And then, that's what they played some poker, and that's what happened. Do I personally feel great about us not having a bill? No. Do I feel like it's a huge travesty if we get a meaningful bill in January? I think it was a missed opportunity. I think this is one of those times where you would have hoped the two sides could have come together. But I also wasn't in those negotiation rooms, so I don't know how reasonable the Republicans were. All we know is that those were the two proposals. Now, if the Republicans wanted to go along with the HEROES Act, they could have, right? They could have given Nancy what she wanted. And in fairness, if Nancy wanted to go along with the HEALS Act, she could have said okay. Unfortunately, neither did. Now, that's all passed, right? So we talked about the CARES Act, which basically gave a bunch of money to businesses, a little bit of money to individuals, and cost us up about 3 trillion. And just as a reminder, since now when you add up all of the CARES bills going to 3 trillion, we can do a little bit of math here. And we can say, wow, if we had those 200 million adults, could we have gotten, maybe not 3, maybe 15,000. Yeah. We basically could have gotten 1 year and 3 months of every adult having $1,000 a month in their pocket immediately. And that would have lasted us till the summer of 2021, which actually would have just covered us through hopefully everybody getting the vaccine. And but we didn't. And we spent that money, and now it's gone. So, yay, Democrat Party. Yay, President Trump. Real great job. Okay. Now we're going to talk about the bills that are being discussed now and what people are saying is going to happen with the money. But before we do that, I do want to give a special thanks to our channel members who make this content possible. I have been very busy at work, and our member support reminds me that we got to keep pumping out this content. And I know this kind of stuff is super wonky, and it's not your traditional, like really exciting, full of personality, drama YouTube content, but this is Nerds for Humanity. This is what we do. And so I want to thank our members for supporting this content. And specifically, we're going to start with our highest level, our EVP, which is Kristen Slevin. Thank you, Kristen, for all your support. You are awesome. And just so you guys know, we're about to get close to paying back the ad campaign we ran on Yang Speaks. So I'm going to start probably in January, once we pay that debt off, with this member money to run a new campaign to promote the channel. And the reason why we do that is it allows us to attract more guests, higher profile guests, because guests basically want to go on shows with lots of audience. And right now, I'm grateful to everybody here that we're at 18,000 subscribers on YouTube. If you're not a subscriber and you're watching this, please hit the subscribe button. And hopefully we can grow that further. And we're at 16,000 on Twitter. So a combined Nerds audience of around 35,000. At the VP level, let's see, total time as member. We'll start with our oldies, our most loyal: VLAM, JM Sap, Fat Lamb, Soldier One, Laura Lane, Joshua Frick, Patrick Dumb, and Mindful Skeptics. Love it. And then we've got the hardcore level. And we've got Mike Chan, Gene Lim, David, Tracy Mesa, Donkey Kong, Landline 51, Phoenix Congress, Jekalego, Kirsch, Mr. History Van, Byram Hess, Mona Burton, Susan Clifton, Yang Den, Robert Wu, Dean L, and Stat Nerd. Stat Nerd in the house. And then finally, we have our verified level. And we have Helen, Lisa, Sugar, Albert, Brandon, Yes, Brian, Peter, Arez, Hitachi, Your Mammon, Jadwiga, Sophia, Gail, Shake and Make, Mike, Doris, Emerald, Elizabeth, Nell, Lori, Ben, Roger, Richard, Lisa, Christina, Vaughn, Tony, Rastafasta, Ryan, Jessica, Bike, James, Jalopy, Aaron, Emma, Joel, Spirited, Kay, Hui, Steven, and Ira. So thank you all for supporting the channel. And now we're going to talk about the bills that are on the table. Okay? So, Elizabeth Norris says, hey, I had to drop my membership for just a bit. Totally understand, Elizabeth. I appreciate everything you've done in terms of supporting the channel. And if any member is trying to make ends meet, this should not be, obviously the top of your list for where you spend your money. But if you can support the channel, none of it goes into my pocket. I put it 100%. Frankly, I put it probably 200% into promoting channel. And basically, I put a lot of my own money into promoting channel and investing in content and technology to kind of help you guys hopefully have a good experience. All right, now let us move on to the $900 billion new COVID plan that is being talked about in the Congress. Okay. Oh, Nell says hello. Nell, Nell's got his own channel, My Creative Workshop. So check it out if you want to learn about how to become a better designer and you want some tips and tricks. Nell is the man. Okay. So now let us go to the $900 billion bill. What was the name of that tab? Oh, Mansion. Okay, great. Share. Chrome tab. Bear with me, folks. Here it is. There it is. This is the one everybody's talking about. Adds up to $900 billion. Has bipartisan support. Where does the money go? So let's make that a little bigger. Most of the money, I don't know why they don't order this by size, but whatever. The biggest line item is the third one, which is PPP. So small business loans that are basically forgiven. I will say one thing. If you're going to do these small business loans and you're going to forgive most of it, then freaking just give people money. It's like kabuki theater. All right. Let me get off that rant. Okay. But there's $300 billion to small business in the form of loans. And then you've got another 180 for unemployment insurance, 160 to state governments, and then really everything else is kind of very small amounts. Still more money for airlines and transportation. Healthcare provider relief gets $35 billion out of a $900 billion deal. Education gets $82 billion, about less than 10%. Student loans, I don't even know why student loans is in there, but they get $4 billion. Housing assistance, agriculture, postal service. These are all, I mean, we're talking about out of a $900 billion, these are like around 1 or 2% of the bill. So frankly, all of these rows here, they're kind of like window dressing. Like the numbers are not big enough behind it. Where the money is going is these 3 rows. Like if you add up 3, 5, this is already almost 700 billion, just these 3 rows. So it's basically in order: small business grants, unemployment insurance, and aid to states. What you don't see here is, aside from unemployment insurance, well, where is the help? Okay, here's a Yang Gang question. Where is the help to people who are employed but struggling? Where is the help to communities that are employed but struggling? It's not here, It's still like, no, we're going to tell you where the money's going to go. We're going to support that small business, but not that one. And you're going to have to fill out this form, but not that one. And if you're really sneaky, you're going to probably find your way to get some PPP money, even if you don't deserve it. But again, this is the libertarian in me saying, like, what the hell? Like, why is this so complicated? Just give the freaking money. All right. So that is the great bipartisan. It is a little bit of a statement about how screwed up the president and the Senate and the Congress are. Like, this is the best they can do. Like, we have 250,000 people that have died of this virus. Half of the country or more is in like various stages of shutdown. And the best we can do is 180 billion for unemployment insurance. This is as a reminder, the US federal budget for 2020, even without the whole COVID thing, is almost $5 trillion. So our government spends $5 trillion. And right now, what it's like out there. The best they can do is 180 billion for unemployment insurance. Really? Great job, President. And, speaking of which, have any of you heard the president talk about the stimulus plan? Like, where's the president? What's he talking about? I mean, what is he talking about? Is he pushing for more direct cash relief? Is he pushing for a more aggressive stimulus plan? He was before the election. Now, I don't know. I mean, let's see. I mean, I don't want to put words in his mouth. Maybe he is talking about it. So let's go here. Donald J. Trump. Oh, he just tweeted. What did he say? 57 minutes ago. Is he talking about the stimulus, or is he talking about the pandemic? He says, 25, wow. I am surprised there are so many. We have just begun to fight. Please send me a list of the 25 rhinos. I read the fake news Washington Post as little as possible. Okay, then what if maybe the tweet right before, he talked about either the need to mitigate the spread of the pandemic, or he talked about the need for the Senate and Congress to get their act together and push through a major stimulus plan to provide relief to the people. So let's see what the president said after saying that he doesn't read the Washington Post. He says, the prior tweet was, I will easily and quickly win Georgia if Governor Brian Kemp GA permit simple signature verification. So has not been done. I think Brian Kemp GA is a Republican that Trump endorsed, but whatever. Has not been done and will show large state. Why are these two Republicans with quotes saying no? So if you're against Trump, you're not a real Republican. Here, okay, maybe the previous Trump, maybe this video is about the importance of social distancing and wearing a mask in the middle of a pandemic. Is that what this is about? Oh no. No, no, no. He's talking about he's literally holding a rally, and he's sharing a video of a bunch of people standing. They don't look like they're 6 feet apart. And I'm not seeing a lot of masks. But this is what the president is tweeting out to his 88 million followers. Now Twitter is trying to get me to follow Melania and Hillary, and I will not follow either of them. Then he tweets about signatures in Georgia. Then he tweets about alleged USPS tampering. Not a lot of COVID stimulus discussion from Trump. I mean, it would be an interesting question. When was the last time he did? Let's see. Let's search. We can just see from real Donald J. Trump. Is it real Donald Trump? Or yeah, real Donald Trump. And then with the word stimulus. Oh, are you serious? No, must be earlier than that. Come on. That's the top. Here's the latest. October 21st was the last time Donald Trump talked about a stimulus. And he said, just don't see any way Nancy Pelosi and crying Chuck Schumer will be willing to do is right for our great American workers, our wonderful USA itself on stimulus. Okay, so what has he said since October 21st, ladies and gentlemen? It is now December 5th. There is no stimulus, and he hasn't said a word about it, about our great American workers, our wonderful USA itself.